last class we discussed about the basic structure of essay. Today our focus would be how to keep our essay simple and sober. Why I say simple and sober, I would also say keep your essay cheesy sometimes, but when I say simple, it means it's not like that you use a very simple language, but the idea is to remove unnecessary complexities. For example, if I'm talking to you, I can speak my thoughts directly, or I can talk whole round the globe and explain you something. Which one would you prefer? You would prefer the concept where I'm keeping it direct, straight to the point. I can use a decorative, adorable language for the same. That's okay. That's not part of keeping it not simple, but the idea is to remove unnecessary complexities while explaining your essay. Now, essays, first of all, it should be clear in your mind that it could be of various types. I can have a comparison, I can talk about differences, problems, implications of certain things, explanation, or simply an abstract concept where I say what would happen if Edison was born in this era. What would happen if the Newton's gravity law failed? So there could be abstract things that could be asked for you to explain, which could look out of the world, but you need to explain it with your insight or imagination. So there could be various kind of ways under which your ideas could be asked when you are asked to write an essay. So beginning of each paragraph is called as a topic sentence. Now this topic sentence should tie up the remaining essay, and it is really crucial to have a good and a sound beginning. Now when you are introducing something, there could be an idea or a technique that you can mention. Then you can give an evidence by quoting something and finally explaining it. So we call this technique as ITQEE, that is introduce, then quote, and finally explain. Now, this technique is not only used for your essay but highly useful for your answer writing as well. So, a good way is to give a start from head to toe. So, the strongest arguments that you want should be in the very beginning. Now, this would encourage the examiner to go through your viewpoint and read it further. So, the most interesting part that you have in mind should be introduced in the first. As we all know, well begun is half done. And this is why your starting is really important. Then, towards the end, you can definitely have a follow-up from the previous things that you have mentioned. But really important concept is when you are maintaining the flow, how the river flows, it flows always from a mountain towards the lower side, towards the ocean. And what is the main thing that you see? At the origin, the river is in its full zeal. And what would happen close to the ocean? The river actually merges with the ocean and gets slowed down. Probably the same should happen when you are writing your essay, and probably the same happens when examiner is reading your essay. So with full zeal and enthusiasm, the examiner would begin, oh, what this person has written in this idea, let me go through. And that zeal or enthusiasm should actually be captured when it is there. So that's why I say the starting, the crux or the main part of your writing should be revealed within the very beginning. And when I say simplify, as I said, the idea is not to use a non-adorable language or keep your language simple, but the key idea is to remove any kind of complexity. I compare the two remote controls here. Here I have simple, increase the channel, decrease the channel, increase the volume, decrease the volume. I can have n number of switches here with n number of keys and n number of information, but the key idea or the key message would remain this only. So when you are writing the essay, the same should follow. The key information should be rightly revealed and directly revealed. It should not become too complex or too complicated, and once that is done, you would automatically score better with your essay writing. More tips on essay writing. Follow us for how to write a good conclusion and 3 C's for an excellent writing for essay.